Thank you so much, Co-Chair Presley, for those incredibly powerful words and vision of an America that can be, and that everyone standing here today is committed to making happen. All those who are gathered and all of those who are here in spirit. As a woman from Texas and as the vice chair of the Reproductive Freedom Caucus, I am grateful for the tireless efforts of this coalition of leaders from the Congress, from the community, to protect the health, dignity, equality, and freedom of women in Texas and all across this country. My fellow Texans are suffering today, as are women across this country, from the cruelty and the chaos that the United States Supreme Court unleashed 4 years ago today when it overturned the case of Roe v. Wade. Women in Texas are suffering under cruel laws that came into effect the minute that that decision was handed down. Women in Texas aren't just suffering from bad laws. We've got plenty of those. Women in Texas are dying. Women in Texas are dying because people in our legislature passed laws that said that they are not equal citizens and they are not deserving of equal care. And their doctors cannot give them the care they need. Because the laws also say that those doctors won't just lose their medical licenses. Those doctors will go to jail for giving them the reproductive health care that they need. This is exactly where we were more than 50 years ago when a small group of young women in Texas challenged the laws that were on the books in Texas then. They fought those laws and they took that case all the way to the Supreme Court, and they won. And that was the case of Roe versus Wade. That was the case that established that Americans have the right to make their own decisions about their own bodies, their own families, and their own futures. And I'm proud that it was Texas women who took that case to court, and I am proud of the Texas women who are continuing the fight today with our sisters across the country who are sharing their stories, who are telling people what it means when you cannot go to the hospital when you are having a miscarriage, when they tell you to sit outside in the parking lot and wait until you get sicker, until you're showing signs of sepsis which kills you, until you can come back in and maybe then you can get treatment after a committee makes a decision. That is shameful. That is shameful. It's not right, and we're not going to let it happen without a fight. We will not stop. Today, House Democrats are united in making sure, working together with our partners, to the leaders in this fight, and to the people who have been impacted, who have lost their wives, their daughters, their mothers, their aunties, their friends, all across this country. We are here to fight, and we will win because we have no other choice. The lives of American women depend on us. And it is with that in mind that it is my incredible honor and privilege to introduce Shanette Williams to share her story with us this morning.
I often have to take a deep breath, realizing that this is really not a dream. I start out by saying good morning to you all. And thank you to Leader Hakeem Jeffries, the House Democrat Caucus, and the Reproductive Freedom Caucus for inviting me here today to share my daughter Amber's story. Did I ever want that to be the case? Absolutely not. I stand as a woman of faith, great faith. And not only do I represent my daughter, but so many other women, my dear family that I've gained, Candy Miller's family, who sits on the front row, her son, my grandson, my entire family. 4 years ago, the Supreme Court's deadly Dobbs decision overturned Roe v. Wade and robbed millions of women of the freedom to make their own decisions about their families, futures, and their lives. That devastating ruling essentially told every woman and patients across the country that you don't deserve to have freedom over your own bodies. Even it means if it could save your life, it does not matter. My daughter Amber was one of the countless women who have been a victim of the abortion bans that have come into place since Dobbs' decision. Absolutely nothing prepares you for losing someone you love so deeply, especially your own flesh and blood. I want you to think about that. You carry this child. They grow inside of you. You get to know them. And you're eager to find out who they're going to become. You get the pleasure of navigating them through life. And something so despicable happens. Think about it. If you're a mother, if you're a father, think about it. And then breathe. She was the light of my life. She challenged me, and she encouraged me. She pushed me to go beyond the limits. And because of that, today, I'm almost finished with my PhD. I think about her every single day. My daughter lost her life in 2022, shortly after the Dobbs ruling. And I have to take my time, y'all, so forgive me. After taking the abortion medication, she experienced complications. They were treatable and rare. She went to the hospital, just as we normally would. And all she needed was a simple procedure, a DNC. We all know what that is. Yeah. Instead, she was forced to wait 20 hours for emergency care. Wait, emergency care, 20 hours. Make it make sense. My daughter deserved to live a long and happy life. However, that opportunity was taken away from her. Doctors did not give me the opportunity to make a decision about my daughter's life and treated her as if she were a statistic. It was later that my family and I would find out Georgia's abortion ban prevented doctors from providing the care that Amber needed to survive. I wholeheartedly repeat, the doctors and the state of Georgia failed my baby. And they failed so many others and are failing so many others. Amber's story is not, unfortunately, an isolated one. Women across the country are dying because politicians think they know better than our doctors and medical professionals. Doctors, medical professionals, and politicians. There is no comparison. They are trying to ban abortions nationwide, despite the fact that most people in this country support access to abortion care. And what autonomy over their bodies? We want autonomy over our own bodies. But what do we hear? We're going to take care of women whether they like it or not. And what do we see happening? I want you to look at this. Just take a look. It could be you. But instead, it had to be me and the women and the families that are experiencing this. When abortion is left up to the states, people die. Families lose mothers, partners, and loved ones, just like my family lost Amber, and most of all, her son, my grandson, lost his mother. It's one thing for me to hurt, for me to be in pain. But when it's a child who is innocent in the matter, do we even think about that? Doctors who are supposed to care for our loved ones are forced to watch their patients suffer while attorneys decide whether care is legal. Instead of protecting access to life-saving medical care, anti-abortion extremists are working to roll back the rights of women and patients even further. Right now, we need action. Words are good, but we need more than words. We need lawmakers to stand up for reproductive freedom, because no one else should die because of political games. The American people are watching. We want to know that the people serving in this building will make sure we make it home alive at the end of the day. And when I go to the cemetery, I have to stand there and first get a grip that this is my life. This is my new normal. But every time I look at the pictures, I say, though it may tarry, I won't stop. Though it may take a while, I won't quit. And though the doors may be slammed in my face, I will keep going, because we're going to get change no matter what. And I thank you for this time. But now it's a call to action. You don't see a mother. Yes, I grieve every day. But my stance now is, I don't care what doors we have to kick down and the bullies that I have to stand up against, because the worst thing that could have ever happened to a mother in life, it has already happened to me. So bring the bullies to me, because I am ready for them.